Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Mike to Hunt, 180. Watch my board. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's up. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. A toss to Cook. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 20.
And the Vikings first down.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready? 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Great. Check pass. Check it.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
8. You ready? Great. Check 13.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Here's Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Gun.
Throwing is Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Newton, he's going to want into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Check 15, check 15.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. We're scoreless after one.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't going nowhere.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I don't think you got it, son.
Cousins gives way to Cook. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
54 Mike. Focus, defense, focus.
Off the play fake, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 44.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Vikings on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Brings up second and a yard at the 29-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Defense wins championships, baby.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, pick your game up. 20.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You better bring it. You better bring it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let's go, baby. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Black. Hey, watch out. Check, Mike, give me that.
Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Cousins now. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Cousins now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the air again, it's Cousins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Again, it's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down, Vikings.
Behind! 54 miles. Exit, exit. Two. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Stephon Diggs. Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Boston.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Stay with your man. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Bailey able to knock it through. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
We got this. Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for the Panthers. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Keep it up. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Newton on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. To throw is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Quaker Omaha. Line's 59. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
Cousins again. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Ben Gideon in on the stop. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
54, Mike.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Carolina! Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gano now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Play action now, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second and a couple, Newton, and Thomas has it. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ian Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And the pressure gets to him again. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Listen to me.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready? That's it, ready? 54. Pick me up. Here we go.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Again, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is
quick strip. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook.
It's wrong, fellas, it's wrong.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
54 Mike. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Vikings on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
It's our time. It's our time.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload that you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. To throw is Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.